everybody. One of Wiisdom here. It is 1:08 in the morning. I just went through and grinded out a bunch of cash for some different Skylanders. Issue with Barbella is the same one that we had with Tri-Tip, right? This is kind of before we knew there was any issues with the characters in terms of leveling them up and thus changing not just their health, but of course their statistics and subsequent attack damage numbers. And so needless to say, the first Sensei realm I went into I was very excited about, and of course it was Earth Element, my beloved Earth Element, and subsequently that is what screwed over Tri-Tip and Barbella. Now, we kind of dodged the bullet with Legendary Tri-Tip, and we've gotten to do his base upgrades, which were fantastic. Barbella, and people hate on you anytime you say anything negative. It's everyone just explodes out of the woodwork, but I go by what I've been told and what I see. I had no one request her. I mean, it was a situation where when I was doing the unboxing, it was like, oh, crankcase, oh, do chopscotch, Barbella never came up. That's why she was the last one. Of course, I am a classic Earth Element fan. It goes all the way back to SSA's original lineup, which was probably the best lineup of characters. If you just look at it, you got Bash, Dino Ring, Prism Break, and Terrafin. Three extremely unique, and then Bash was just a juggernaut. And I kind of think underappreciated. You have to remember, in Giants, he had the Series 2. He had a Legendary, of course, in SSA, but in Giants, he had the Series 2, Triceratops Honor Guard repos. He kind of had a slimmed-down build in that one. But he was just so hard to find. I think a lot of people missed him then, and then by the time Swap Force came out, you had big-time Gimmick Landers, Giants, and then brand-new core characters as well. And he was just kind of lost in the shuffle. But if you're looking for a tank, an absolute rock-solid, no pun intended, Skylander, that would be Bash. Dino Ring, we had the Boomerangs, that was epic. He started the trend of Dino Landers that we've seen continue on here. Obviously, Earth Element Tri-Tip comes to mind. So, Prism Break remains, really, when I think of Skylanders, and, we've had a lot of time here. They've had different faces of the franchise. Spyro, Trigger Happy, Gil Grunts. Trigger Happy comes to mind, but maybe more so just classic Skylander, Prism Break, right up there with him in my opinion, Stump Smash. And I don't know, the logic behind that. It's just, if I look at what a Skylander is, you got like a rock golem and a tree. And they take on these quirky personalities and awesome attacks, but the uniqueness that you had between Terrafin, Prism Break, and then of course Dino Ring, coupled with, and Bash was fairly unique as well, particularly in SSA, but just the tanking ability of Bash, I don't know. I mean, you would be hard pressed to find 4 Skylanders, not only of an elemental alignment or a singular game release, but just in general. I mean, you could even combine things if you wanted to. It would be very, very difficult for you to have a group of 4 that would perform as well and be that unique and that memorable. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. And so Barbella, she kind of follows in the suit. She's somewhat reminiscent of Head Rush. Of course, we had Head Rush the Viking. It's a pretty solid character, just not the most, striking or anything like that. But Barbella, and like I said, I always say this, and then people, it's like they hear something and get triggered, and they never listen, they never watch the rest of the video. It's like, if you miss the jump attack, and then somebody's like, oh, you forgot to do that, idiot, and, 2 minutes later in the video, it's like, oh, there's the jump attack. So, needless to say, a lot of people complained about that, but again, I don't make this stuff up. If I would have had the number of people requesting Barbella that requested Dr. Crankcase to be unboxed, she would have been unboxed a lot sooner. And like I said, and this is what ticks me off, I always tell people, do not judge the Skylander based on aesthetics, do not judge them based on their box stock upgrades, or box stock abilities, if you will, 1 and 2 attacks. Wait until you have fully upgraded them, and then you reserve the right to say, okay, this character sucks, or this is disappointing, or this is not what I expected. Until you've done that, until you've taken them from the box stock bottom of the barrel to their full maximum potential, you can't rightly pass judgment, in my opinion, upon these characters. And that's basically what I said in the unboxing, and I still have people flip out. And anyway, I got money for ambush. I had to reset crankcase as well. I fell in one of the stupid rat holes, and it leveled. Well, it would know it was a surprise attack, and I didn't think it would level him up, and it did, and that really sucked. I haven't reset tri-tip yet. I'm considering taking him to level 20 and then doing an upgrade path just to see. I don't know. If you got thoughts on that, let me know. But we got ambush set up. I got all the money we need for airstrike to cycle through. A couple of the other characters were short. Some of them we've since acquired soul gems, so we needed 4K for. But Barbella is set to go. She's got some pretty cool idle animations. You're either going to love her or hate her, I believe. But again, Earth Element Sentinel. And she's, believe it or not, kind of unique. I can't remember if it was Chris or Daniel, but one of them said, if your Imaginator is a Sentinel, they've got it really rough. And the reason for that, you got Hoodsickle, a Reaper that just randomly appears behind you with a scythe. You've got Ember, who basically, had a dojo in her family. And then you've got the, overly aggressive fitness trainer Barbella. So, if you look around and you've got sorcerers and you've got, like the Golden Queen and Mysticat or Quick Shot, you're like, oh, Crankcase is cool. And Airstrike, and Kingpin, you're like, oh, these guys seem fun. Bowslingers, you got Wolfgang the Rockstar. You got Taekwondo and Starcast, But over here, man, these Sentinels are all business, needless to say. So with that long introduction out of the way, let's take a look at this chick's base upgrade, or box stock attacks, if you will. So primary, she's got a 1, 2, 3. First thing first, let me get to my spreadsheet. I already documented these. She's got what I call a swing, a slam, and a pound. So attack 1 is swing. That's going to do 22 to 33. If you press XX in succession, you're going to get the pound. So she's going to swing, and then she will pound. Oh, and you saw the slam. But let me try to showcase them for you. So swing, slam, and then the pound. Swing, slam, pound. So if you're thinking, wait, what's the difference between those? Well, that's the swing. I mean, it's just super straightforward. Slam, she's going to bring it back behind her head and slam it down. And then if you come in, we'll do that one more time. And then on the third one, she sort of spins the barbell, and then she literally ground pounds it. That's number 3. Let me do it for you one more time. So the way it works, the swing and the slam 1 and 2 are 22 to 33 apiece, and then the last one, which I call pound, 55 to 83. So it's probably better just to explain it in that manner, but you'll see here. So you got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Works well when we can pin him there. Now check this out though. Does she have a jump attack? A lot of the characters we've been checking out recently don't, and it makes me sad. So what about Barbella? Yes. It's pretty cool. It's kind of, let me explain it this way. So her first attack on the primary is the swing, like that. Pay attention to her jump attack. She does the swing, but then she sort of creates that like vortex. I'm not quite sure what the technical term is. But it does 22 to 33 on the swing, and then that swirl or vortex will do 40 to 60. You do have to have the enemy relatively close to you, is the problem. So if we're over here, well, we got him with it, but it can be something, you do have to be in close proximity to them. But there's that. Secondary attack is called the Rocky Rep. This is critical. It's going to hinge on where she's facing. This guy's over here going to take us on. If I'm accidentally facing this way... Oh, that still stunned him, though. So that worked out well. But that switch is blocking him, right? If I just activate this, we do nothing. Now, when I turn and we face him... Yeah. So basically, what you're seeing there, if you get hit by the hand when it comes up out of the ground, you're going to suffer 19 to 29 damage. And then the smash itself will do 33 to 50. And as you can see, it also sort of stuns the enemy, so you can do another attack. And if you note on her animation, she sort of does the lift, and that's what summons the hands out of the ground. So that's where she sits box stock. Pretty good, pretty unique. And what's amazing to me is the speed at which she's a fairly slow character. You know, she's carrying around who knows how much stone weight there. And then she's got some super heavy boots, you can tell. Not the quickest lady, but what she lacks in speed herself, she more than makes up for in brute strength swinging the barbell. So that's pretty insane, the speed she can fire that off with. Not kind of what you would expect, really. So let's come in here. For our base upgrades, you need 3,300, I believe, if I'm remembering correctly. We're going to get started with Cubic Runic Rock. Press Y to conjure a giant rock that damages enemies near it and can be launched to explode into rock crystals. So, it's our tertiary, it's 500, we're going to press Y, it'll damage on its own if they're near, and it can be launched to explode into rock crystals. Don't know what the rock crystals will do, if they're just projectiles or what, so let's buy it and try to figure this out. I'm assuming to launch it we have to, I don't know if you can smash it and, you know, like primary and secondary will do that or not. But anyway, let's check this out. So there it is. Right now I'm making sure it goes away. Okay, it does. So let's get a time frame on it now. I'm going to say about 12 seconds. Now, why is that important? Because it claims if an enemy is near it, it will deal damage. So what we're going to do is spawn that, get the enemy, have him come at us. Oh, seriously, dude. Thank you. Come on, man. Wow, that's way more than I thought it would be. Now, will it do damage if we spawn it? Oh, 11. That's cool. You think he'd learn his lesson, wouldn't you? No pain, no so, pain. Right 12 seconds, 33 to 50, 11 to, what, 22 on spawn. And then we've got to figure out now what happens if we hit it. Oh, and what do those do? Oh, check, oh, hey. That was cool. Let's get down here where we got a better camera angle. Alright, so here's our deal. And I'm going to smash that thing. And I can't really see them all, but we can tell there's some there. And they seem to explode, don't they? Excellent. Let's try to see if we can... Oh, wow. That may do a crud ton of damage. There's 1, 2, 3, 4... So I think there's 4 of them. There might be more, honestly. It's just we can't get a good angle here. So this could be potentially devastating. I'm going to spawn this in. I know where the enemy... And you can kind of... Oh, Lord. Push it. Alright, that'll work better. 88? Frickin' A. I don't know if I can hit them without leaving the arena. So, 11. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Too bad. Oh, so that didn't contact. That may be the hardest part here, is going to be able to just contact these goofs. Oh, they do 6 damage. Getting these to land anywhere practical is going to prove quite difficult, isn't it? I mean, I'm assuming they're going to do something salty. You, sir, are a problem. Well, I'll tell you what, let's try this. Oh, well, didn't work. So, Where are we going to be able to use this and get a damage number on it? Oh, this is stuff. You know. You, sir. I'm just frantically hitting them. This is probably going to be a complete waste of our time here.
Oh yeah.
Well, we finally got a critical. So let's just take what we know. 88 to 132 slide. 4 crystals. That will do 6 to 9 standing. Shoot. Or projectiles equals question. Don't know. Now the next question I've got about this is, can I use the secondary attack on it? Oh, you know what? That's a good way to get them. 9. That's all. But at least we got our answer. I was really baffled. Okay. Please don't tell me. 9. Okay. Well, now I know. Knowing is half the battle. Alright, so send out his projectiles. 9 to 14. So that's a lot of stuff there, isn't it? So here's my next question. 55. What is that from? 55. So I'm gonna have to add that in there. Smash with hands. 55 to 83, right? Half of 55, 27, 5, 28. Yeah, 55 to 83. So that's something that if you just look at the spreadsheets, probably not going to make a whole lot of sense unless you're intimately familiar with Miss Barbella, and you're probably not, so you'll just need to watch the video there. And she's proving to be cool but complicated. So, like most women you find at the gym. Anyway, unsteady ground here. XXX covers a larger area, dealing more bonus damage to closer enemies. Again, they sometimes don't tell you you have combos. You know, like press X. And then you get here and you're like, press XXX to cover a larger area. And you're like, what? I had a combo. That's why you always have to investigate this stuff. But unsteady ground for 700. Dealing more bonus damage to closer enemies. That's a little unclear. I don't know, there's like going to be crystal shards coming out of the ground or something. So let's check it out. I wish this was a bigger area or had a better camera angle. Let's go away from the camera first. So that was 1, 2, 1, 2, 3 is coming. Oh, so the 1, 2, 3 is where the crystal shards come. Now we'll have her come towards us. 1, 1, 2. Oh, and the third hit. I like part 3 the best. I don't know about you. So let's investigate this one shot at a time. The swing. Oh, 31. Salty, I'll take it. So swing is going to be 31. Half of that will be 15, 5, 16, 47 on the critical side. The slam. Let's get numbers on that, shall we? Uh-oh. Information overload. I think it was 42. Yes, 42. Let's do it again. 63. We actually had a critical show up. Amazing. And that's one of the easier ones to figure out, sadly. It's the whole number. But the slam, 42 to 63. And then the pound, let's see what that turns out to be. Keep in mind, it was finishing at 55.83. If we just went by the 11s, it would go up to 66. So let's see if that's the case. Aha! It was. Don't we look smart in our Skylanders research? Kind of hard to see, but you'll just have to take my word for it. She's basically eradicating these guys extremely quick now, too. 66, cool. Alright, so the pound will be 66 to 99. And you have to realize you're going to do these in succession. It's not like you're just going to randomly do the pound. You're going to previously have done the slam and the swing respectively. So worst case scenario, 31 and 42, 73. 73 and 66, 139. Not too shabby, for your basic attack. What we need to do now is figure out what the spikes, or shards is what we'll call it. Let's get 2 of these guys in here. I'm going to go XX. 46, I like it. Oh yeah, it worked out beautiful having 2 of them. Proud of ourselves for figuring that out. The shards will do 46 to 69. You know what? I might call that spikes, because that could be confusing. Shards, you sort of think of like broken glass or something fractured or splintered. So spikes. 46 to 69. Question now, ladies and gentlemen, is of course, since this does more damage, you would think that the jump attack would, right? I know I would. So let's find out. Aha! We didn't get ripped off. 31 to 47, and the vortex went up. Very cool. So I have to insert that into this ever-growing spreadsheet. So jump 31 to 47, vortex 46 to 69. Fabulous. Didn't get ripped off there. Not only does she have a jump attack, it actually increased as it should have. Cool.
I can definitely improve on these numbers.
I agree. Have a nice day. Rocky Rep Stonehenge create rock crystals you can launch at foes with Barbell Bash. So, I'll assume that those are going to do standing damage and then launch damage. I hope this increases the damage of the Rocky Rep itself. Keep in mind the hands 19 to 29, the smash 33 to 50. Nope, it's the same. And then it has 2 of these. Let's see if we can actually hit him. No, you walk into that. Oh. New goal in life. Oh, it's doing 7. No. Oh, 7 and 15, I think. Okay. So have a nice day. Still 19 to 29 and 33 to 50. 2 crystals are going to do 7 to 11 standing. And what was it? Was it 15? I've forgotten. Oh, he's dead. Oh, lady. Hit the dadgum things. Ah. It's such a pain in this limited area to do this. Yes, 15. Okay. That's what I needed to know. So let me just get rid of this guy.
No pain, no gain.
Cool.
Right, bad guys?
15 to 23 launched. Excellent. So the stone hands themselves are still the same, but the crystals actually increased. So I can only assume that that means the ones on this attack will have increased as well. Yeah, they're doing 7. I note that sometimes instead of like, if I'm here and there's a crystal here and a crystal here and the enemy here, instead of her hitting the crystals between us, she just kind of hits the enemy. Not that that's a bad thing, but in this case it's kind of annoying. But overall, though, that's better in my opinion. So it's just kind of unfortunate here.
Check out those measurements.
All right, so rocks in a hard place. Press B during a rocky rep to create rock crystals. What? Huh. Well, that's already creating rock crystals, isn't it? Okay. Let's back out of here. We'll press B to do that. So I'm going to spam the B button. Okay. So you saw it. Let's buy it. Final base upgrade. It rocks in the hard place. 1200. I don't know what to expect. Alright. So I'm just going to press B. I'm not going to rapidly press. I'm going to do it one time. And we got 3. I'll assume there were probably 4. Let's come back here and try. 1, 2, 3, really? Huh. So 3 seems to be standard. Now I'm going to press B while... What? So we got 4 that time? This is awkward to figure out. Oh. That must be what they mean. Well, I wouldn't say that that's during the Rocky rep. I'd say that's after the Rocky rep. Now, I think those are despawnings, so we've probably reached max limits. But good luck counting. 1, 2, 3. Is 5 the max? Let's try to count. 1, 2. We're gonna wait till they despawn. Excellent. Maximum of 6. So, spawn crystals after Rocky rep. I mean, you might technically be able to start during it, but that's really misleading in my opinion. Max of 6. And the question is, will they still do the 7 damage? So, let's get this guy in here. Come over here, clown. Ah! I didn't go out of the arena. What a joke. Still 7. Oh, geez, see what I mean? Ah. You know what? If they did 7 there, I'm going to assume they just do the same projectile damage. So, still 7 to 11 and 15 to 23. Quite frankly, I don't care, because it's just proving to be ridiculously difficult to hit them. And in which case, if I had to select between shooting a projectile, as cool as it is, if it does 15 and her staff, or the barbell, the weight, whatever you want to call it, is going to wind up doing, 31. I'd rather have that than hit 2 projectiles that are super hard to hit anyway. And like I said, I know it's super annoying here, but in game, if you had to pick between like, oh no, she accidentally hit the enemy and dealt more damage than if I would have hit this crystal, you would be upset, and so I'm fine with that, because it just works out better in the long run. But I gotta say, it's very difficult to document this chick. It's very time consuming, needless to say, but she's turning out okay. I gotta give her that. So, what I want to do now, man, these videos are taking a while. I guess if I'd quit doing like 7-minute rambly intros, we could cut them down to size. But here's what I want to do.
Definitely improve on these numbers.
Okay, so Gifts of the Deadlift. Rock crystals will pound the ground when you press. Okay. Barbell bash. Yes, loving that. Rocky roads. Earthquakes. Rock. Okay. For the crater good. Damaging enemies sometimes spawns a rock crystal. That would be practical, but not anything massive. Rock crystals will return to their targets when they fly out. Huh. Not sure how I feel about that. Don't really understand it until I see it. Bolder and all the wisers. Okay, here's what we're going to do. I've made my determination. We're going to take Barbella down this bottom path here, because I think I'm going to like the top path significantly better. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am in this case. This is one of those ones, if I was a betting man, I'd put it like 90-10. This could turn out to be practical, but what do I like best with Barbella? Is it the rock crystals that I try to hit and I can't? Or is it that super cool spike effect that I consider classic earth element? And then factor in that we get an earthquake or a shockwave. I'm gonna be happy there. So, I'm not gonna buy anything here. I just really want the path names because I don't know them until I do this. So, Seismic Smasher. I boldly predict I'm going to prefer Seismic Smasher over whatever this other path is, which is Ruler of Rocks. That's an okay name. But I think Seismic Smasher will rule the Ruler of Rocks, needless to say. I think her soul gem was in the Cradle of Creation, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was. Sky Chi. Now, I think it's Scholarville, right? Yes. If you recall back, and you're like, wait, I thought you had this, right? I did. And the problem is she was level 2, and so I had to reset her, and, because it would have changed the attack damage on all the stuff we just did. It would even be better numbers, believe it or not. So, we're going to have to, I guess, go back to Scholarville and get that. And that's my plan, though. We're going to take her first down, the Ruler of Rocks, because I truly believe I'm going to like Seismic Smasher. If you're watching this base upgrade video and you've already taken it and you know me, let me know what you think I will like. Let me know, more importantly, what you did with Barbella and which path you like. She does have a chase variant, and I say chase variant because it's not like a, Halloween version or a legendary or a nitro or a mystic or an enchanted or anything like that. It's literally like, oh sweet, it's the mother load, if you will, and it's kind of like a pink color. It actually doesn't look, I'd like to see it in person, but I think it kind of looks cool. I think it was a good choice for her with the translucent, but will I ever see one? Probably not, because I know my local stores, GameStop takes them at the distribution center, and then Toys R Us, they shelve them in the back. They never see the light of day, except at the holidays. Sometimes they get overwhelmed, and then they're like part-time workers, quote-unquote, screw up. Walmart, they have scalper employees locally. And then Target, that store is just a train wreck in general here. I like it. I go there primarily to avoid Walmart, is honestly my reasoning. But it's just kind of not managed well on any front. And they probably also have employees that pull stuff like that and hawk it on eBay. But if you get lucky, or if you're out all the time checking for Skylanders or Chompy Mage or whatever it may be, by golly, keep your eyes out for that variant Barbella. And then you can have both paths active. So, let me know your thoughts on this chick. I think she's stacking up pretty nice. Again, sort of complicated to explain. You know what's kind of sad to me? We never really get anything ever done with a tertiary attack, do we? I mean, I know it would kind of have the crystals off of it, but that was kind of a cool deal. Huh. That's sad. It's just like, here's your tertiary attack, it's your first base upgrade. Sweet, love it. Does tons of damage. Never again. So, I'm interested to see. I don't know how this game will pan out, but I would like to get like a really long area. Like in SSA we had like the downhill segments. I would like to just hit that thing and run behind it and see what kind of chaos it does, or if it times out, or if it'll go until it hits a wall type of a thing. I don't know. I guess it might time out at the 12 seconds, but that could cover some serious distance as fast as that thing is. But I'm kind of bummed about that. However, I think this top path looks amazing. I think I'm going to really like it. And this one, I honestly don't know what to expect, so we'll see. So let's go with hashtag GymGirl. GYMGIRL. Hashtag GymGirl. That'll get you a bonus break in the Wall of Wisdom. What is the Wall of Wisdom, you ask? Well, it is something that I do in Wisdom Plays Minecraft, my solo Minecraft PC successor to Xbox One Solo Survival, whatever you want to call it. It's basically an in-game shout-out for you, so check that out. Get involved if you would like. Personal website, oneofwisdom.com. The forum, skylanderclub.com. I built it, I run it, I made it for people like yourself. Check it out. Take advantage of it. Sign up if you like what you see. I'd love to have you join us. Follow me on Twitch. Follow me on Beam. Follow me on Twitter. I will always tweet before I go live, regardless of which site. If you did not know, I'm basically just streaming the entire blind playthrough and exporting it over to YouTube. That's why I don't have like fancy thumbnails or anything on it, but I don't have the footage myself. And if you tell me to record while I stream, you're crazy. I don't have the internet connection to handle that. But that's it. She's shaping up. No pun intended. Well, actually, pun is intended. But I'm gonna end this video, get it cranked out for you. Not sure. Maybe I'll go check out Ambush in his soul gym before we go. But that said, let me know your thoughts on Barbella, and I will catch you back here for the next installment of Skylanders Research.